Imagine a man who was billions in debt, mocked by the media, and written off by experts. Yet a few years later, he became the President of the United States. How did Donald Trump pull off one of the most unexpected comebacks in modern history? This person's life story is not a simple success story. It's a long chain of ambition, risk, controversy, failure, and comebacks. To understand how he became one of the most powerful and controversial political figures in the world, you have to start decades before he ever stepped into politics. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York City. His father, Fred Trump, was a successful real estate developer who built thousands of middle-class apartments. Fred Trump believed strongly in discipline, competition, and toughness. Those values shaped Donald from an early age. As a child, Donald was energetic, aggressive, and competitive. Teachers often described him as someone who liked to dominate situations and push boundaries. His behavior became so difficult to control that when he was 13 years old, his father sent him to the New York Military Academy. At the academy, discipline ruled everything. Students woke up early, followed strict rules, and were trained in leadership and responsibility. Trump later said that the academy helped him channel his energy into ambition. He thrived in the competitive environment and eventually became a student leader. After graduating from the academy, Trump attended Fordham University for 2 years before transferring to the Wharton School of Finance at the University of Pennsylvania. There he studied economics and real estate, graduating in 1968. Instead of starting his own company immediately, Trump joined his father's real estate business. At that time, the company focused on building and managing affordable housing in outer New York boroughs. These projects were stable and profitable, but they weren't glamorous. Trump had a different vision. He believed the real prestige and massive profits were in Manhattan. In the 1970s, Manhattan was going through a rough period. Crime was high, many buildings were abandoned, and the city itself was facing a financial crisis. Most investors were afraid to take risks there. Trump saw an opportunity where others saw danger. One of his first major deals was the redevelopment of the Commodore Hotel near Grand Central Terminal. The building was nearly bankrupt and falling apart. Trump negotiated with the city government to secure a massive tax break. He partnered with the Hyatt hotel chain to rebuild the property. The result was the Grand Hyatt Hotel, which opened in 1980. The project was a major financial success and established Trump as a rising figure in Manhattan real estate. This success gave him the confidence to pursue even bigger projects. In 1983, Trump completed one of the most famous buildings in New York City, Trump Tower. Located on Fifth Avenue, the building was designed as a luxury skyscraper. It featured high-end apartments, office spaces, and upscale retail stores. The tower quickly became a symbol of wealth and luxury. Its gold-colored interior, marble walls, and dramatic atrium made it one of the most recognizable buildings in Manhattan. More importantly, it made Trump a celebrity. By the mid-1980s, Trump was appearing frequently in newspapers, magazines, and television interviews. He carefully built a public image of himself as a bold, confident billionaire. He thought big and took huge risks. But behind the glamorous image, his business empire was becoming extremely leveraged with debt. Trump began expanding rapidly into new industries. He bought luxury hotels, casinos in Atlantic City, a private airline, and even a massive yacht. His strategy was simple: build bigger, spend more, and dominate markets with his brand. However, the rapid expansion came with enormous financial risk. In the early 1990s, the American real estate market crashed, the economy slowed, property values dropped, and Trump's casino businesses began losing money. At one point, Trump personally owed billions of dollars to banks. Many of his companies went through bankruptcy restructurings. His airline failed, several casinos struggled financially, and analysts predicted his business empire would collapse completely. For a time, Trump became a symbol of overexpansion and financial miscalculation, but he managed to survive. Instead of disappearing from business, Trump restructured his debts and negotiated with banks. He worked to keep parts of his empire alive. The banks had a reason to cooperate. If Trump collapsed completely, they would lose even more money. During the late 1990s and early 2000s, Trump changed his strategy.